everybody. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different. It's not a review. Obviously by the title, it's my favorite drugstore blushes. These are blushes that I reach for on a day-to-day basis. I usually use one or two of these blushes and I'm going to show you every single day. I love my high-end blushes, but I always tend to grab drugstore blushes over high-end. I don't know why. I do have more drugstore blushes, obviously, because they are cheaper, and the ones that I'm going to show you, in my opinion, are just as beautiful as a lot of the high-end blushes I have. So I'm going to go ahead and start with some of my favorites and most reached for out of everything I'm going to show you, and those are the CoverGirl Cheekers blush. I love these blushes. They're beautiful. I wish they would come out with more shades. And the blush that I'm wearing right now on my cheeks is this CoverGirl Cheekers blush in golden pink. I did kind of swatch it right here and share it out for you guys. It is like a golden pink color. It's more it has a little bit of brown and bronze in it, but it's so pretty. I love that shade. And another one of my favorite blushes that I reach for a lot is the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in classic pink. They don't look like much in the pan, but when you go to swatch them, I mean, they're so pretty. This is like a Kim Kardashian cheek pink. So I love this blush. It's not chalky at all. It just blends out to a beautiful kind of glowing within look on your skin. It's like if your skin was actually glowing. You don't really see any product on your face. That's how it looks to me anyways. So I do really love this shade. Another blush I really love from their line is the shade in Plum Berry Glow. I did sheer it out right here next to classic pink as you would wear them on your cheeks. They are so beautiful, you guys. They look just so glowy. So here we have the Plum Berry Glow, then the classic pink in the middle, and then golden pink here on the outside. Next up, I have a Wet n Wild blush, and I feel like this blush is the least talked about out of the whole line. I think they only have 4 shades, but this is my favorite, and this is in the shade Berry Shimmer. This is so pretty. It's kind of glowy. It's like a satiny color, but it's more of a warm kind of berry color. Now, some of my other most used blushes are the Kardashian Beauty blushes, and in these 2 particular shades, I do have another shade that I reach for a lot, but these are my most used. This is in the shade Aglow, and then this one is in the shade Vivid. These are so pretty. If you go to swatch them, they don't swatch all that great. You do kind of need a brush in there to kick up the product because they're not, you know what, they're not super pigmented, but you can really build them up to look beautiful. Some of them are more pigmented than others, but how they look on the skin is so beautiful. They remind me kind of like the CoverGirl Cheekers blushes, but they even look prettier on the skin if you ask me. I think these look the most beautiful on the skin out of all of the blushes I own, high-end and drugstore. I think it's just such a sheer glowy material or product that it looks so pretty material. First one I'm going to show you is in the shade Aglow, and it's just a glowy kind of pink look, but it's not too bright of a pink. It's just really pretty. So there's Aglow, and the other one that I love so much is in the shade Vivid. I believe this is the lightest pink one they have, and it's just so beautiful. I love wearing this blush over, I'll just mention this now because this is another one of my favorite, over NYX Cream Blush in Glow. I put this on first, and then I put, what is this one again? Vivid over it, just a little bit to kind of set it. And these 2 look so pretty together. Every time I wear these, I get a lot of compliments. People always ask me what's on my cheeks, and they always say, wow, I thought it was going to be something high-end. And it's like, nope, it's drugstore. So these 2 together are so pretty. NYX Cream Blush in Aglow, and you see just it's dewy, kind of lighter, but not too light of a pink. It's just so pretty. So there we have Aglow from NYX. And you can see that they just catch the light. They look really dewy and angel-like. I love these blushes. Moving on to 2 of my favorite hard candy blushes. The first one is a new one, and this is the new one in Sunburst, and then one that's been out for quite a while is in Honeymoon. This is what I have over the golden pink from CoverGirl. I use this as a topper blush mainly, but sometimes I do use it as it is, but I mean, this is my second one. I just picked this up again because my other one was, you know, it was almost gone, to be honest. I love it that much. So I use this as a topper blush, and this shade in Sunburst is so pretty. This is one of their newer ones, like I said. It's just kind of a glowy pink one. It reminds me of the Kim Kardashian formula and how they look on the face. So gorgeous. And then this one in Honeymoon. Is it Honeymoon? Yeah. Why do I keep forgetting? It's just a really soft kind of highlight peach shade, but it's such a pretty topper, and for really fair skin, you could get away with this just as it is. It's so pretty. When I wear this blush too, a lot of people ask what's on my cheeks, and it's Honeymoon. So there's these two guys. Love these. Hard Candy does amazing blushes. I wish they would come out with more blushes because they just kill it when it comes to their blushes. So here we have the shade in Honeymoon and in Sunburst, both beautiful. Okay guys, moving on to Milani Baked blushes. I love these. I have them all. I kind of picked out the shades that I reach for the most. This first shade is called Rose d'Oro, and it's just kind of a pretty rose, kind of golden rose color. These are so pretty. I don't use these as much as like my CoverGirl blushes and the Kim Kardashian blushes because some of them do have a little bit more sparkle, which I don't mind. They're still really beautiful, but I just love these. So here's Rose d'Oro. Another shade that I love is Dulce Pink. This is just a really beautiful glowy pink color. Can't go wrong with any of these shades. Another one I love is Coralina, beautiful coral shade. I wear this a ton in the summer, especially like if you're out in the sun. This shade looks killer on the cheek. So here is Coralina. Sorry, I'm kind of running these together. And then a deeper shade that I really love is one of their matte ones, and this is Bella Rosa. This shade looks so beautiful sheared out. It just kind of makes you look like a little dolly. I love this shade. So there are those four. I do love a Luminoso too, but I can't freaking find it, so I can't swatch that for you guys, but we all know that shade's beautiful. So here we have the four Milani blushes swatched. They pretty much speak for themselves how beautiful they are. The next blushes I'm going to be talking about are cream blushes, and these are from L'Oreal. They're called L'Oreal Paris Visible Lift Color Lift blushes. I have the shade Rose Gold, Nude Lift, and Pink Lift. These are blushes that I use kind of as bases, and then I'll use another more sheer blush over top. I wish they had some darker shades to choose from, but these are so freaking glowy on the skin. These are so beautiful. I love these. I'll probably end up picking up a few more shades because I love these so much. As you can see, I put a pretty good dent in these. Here is the shade in Rose Gold Lift. Let's see, this next one is Pink Lift. And the last one I have to show you is Nude Lift. This is definitely more of a highlight shade to me. So there we have Rose Gold Lift, Nude Lift, and then Pink Lift. Moving on to some of my favorite Maybelline blushes. These are the Master Glaze blushes by Maybelline. The only shade that I have in the permanent line here to show you that's one of my most used is just Pinched Pink. This is really pretty everyday pink, looks good on light to medium skin tones. I use this shade a lot. This is like my third stick that I picked up of these. And then the other shades I have are all limited edition. The downside about these blushes is I feel like their most beautiful shades come out in the limited edition sets. We have the shade Just Pinched Pink by Maybelline. A few more Maybelline blushes that I really like are the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. This is in the shade Medium Coral. This is one I use a lot. And then also a deeper shade that really surprised me. This is in the shade called Deep Wine. This shade is so pretty. It goes on your skin really natural. It's more warm tone. There's a little bit of berry and brown. It's just so pretty. So there is Deep Wine. And you know what, for how cheap these are, they blend out really nicely. And I noticed all these blushes that I show you last a long time, even the cream blushes, which is really surprising. And then this is the shade in Medium Coral. Super pretty, and it gives you just like this beautiful corally glow on your cheeks. So here we have the Deep Wine and then the Medium Coral. I blended these out so you... And then my two most reached for blushes from Physicians Formula is the shade in Natural. This one is the Sexy Booster Sexy Glow Blush in Natural. It's the one with the high heel And this just gives you such a beautiful, you know, glow. That same glow that pretty much all these blushes I'm showing you give you. It's just kind of what I like. I do like matte blushes, but I have to be in the mood for a matte blush. This is such a light blush, but it's so kind of light and brightening that it looks so good even if I, you know, have fake tan on, whether I'm deeper or lighter. This is such a beautiful blush. So this is in the shade Natural. And then another blush that I really love from them is the shade in Brunettes. I picked up the Brunettes just because it's more peachy. And I mean, look at that, you guys. It comes off like that on your cheek. Of course, you're gonna shear it out. But do you see how just beautiful and brightening? It just gives life to your face. So here we have the shade in Natural, the Sexy Booster line, and then next to it we have the shade in Brunettes. The next blushes that I really like are from Essence, and they're the Silky Touch blushes. This is a shade that I am just in love with. This one is the shade in Life's a Cherry, and it's just a corally pink, but I feel like it leans more coral than pink, and it's just so gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of those Physician Formula blushes, except it's even a brighter shade. This is so beautiful. Once again, I reach for this a lot. I think this is like my second or third blush in this shade that I picked up. And another thing I wanted to mention, this is not a blush from Essence, but it is an eyeshadow in Shrimp Me Up, and I use this as blush, and it is, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's kind of like Life's a Cherry, but it's, I don't know, it has a little bit more of a sheen to it. I'll show you guys so you can kind of compare them. Life's a Cherry is more of a satin matte finish, and this is like a satin finish. So pretty. So here is the eyeshadow in Shrimp Me Up. I don't think they sell this particular shade anymore in stores. I don't know, they might, but I mean, if you were gonna place an order with Essence, I just wanted to mention this because it's so pretty as a blush and as an eyeshadow, especially for summer. So the first shade here is Life's a Cherry. That's the actual blush I showed you, and the next to it is the eyeshadow in Shrimp Me Up. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to mention this little guy, and I can't believe it because this is like my top end blush, or one of my top end blushes. This is the NYX stick blushes, and this is in the shade Orchid. This is so insanely pretty. This is the only stick blush from them I own, and I don't know why because I love it so much. I think I'm gonna pick some more up, but I mean, look how gorgeous this is for spring and summer. Super sexy, beautiful on the cheeks. I went through so many sticks of this exact shade. I have backups of these just in case they decide not to make them anymore. So there she is in all her glory. I mean, she speaks for herself. Mention, this is not my favorite color out of the line. I can't find my favorite color, which I believe is in the shade Flamingo, but these are the Sonia Kashuk blushes. These are so pretty. They blend good. They don't come off chalky. This is a matte shade. I do love this shade, but it's not one of my most reached for. Just a really hot pink, like true hot pink. What I like about this blush though is it's so creamy, and it just blends out a lot better than a lot of blushes this color. I know e.l.f. has one that's really bright like this, but it doesn't blend as nicely as this one, and I find the e.l.f. one looks a little bit chalky. I still love the e.l.f. one, but if you want one, a shade this color that really blends out nicely, the shade in Flushed, and also they have one in Sunset and Flamingo, I believe, that I had somewhere. I just can't find them, but those are two of my favorites also. So these are beautiful. So there we have all my favorite drugstore blushes. Let me know some of your favorite drugstore blushes because I'm going to be on kind of a blush kick this next week. I'm going to kind of branch out and try some new drugstore blushes that I haven't tried. Maybe from the same line of blushes, just different shades, and I'll let you know what I think of them because I want to kind of rotate some newer ones in. Those have been in my collection for years, and I keep using them because they're really great blushes, and I think that says something about them if I've used those for years. So let me know if you tried any of the blushes that I showed you, and then let me know if you guys have any suggestions for me to pick out. I think I'll pick up some more of the NYX blush sticks because those are so beautiful. They apply good. They don't lift up your foundation underneath when you apply them. That's something that I really hate. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.